acne doesn't change your face. Acne doesn't change your beauty. You could still be beautiful with acne. And I'm not saying that as like, just accept the acne and don't do anything about it. No, do the things that you need to do to clear the acne, because I get it. You want to feel glowy. You want to feel confident. But know that while you're in the process of that, it doesn't take away from your beauty. You're still shining. You're still glowing. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Abby and I am back with another video. If you are new here, I want to thank you for joining our community and clicking on this video and being a part of this journey that we are on. If you are a returning viewer, I want to thank you for coming back. And I invite you to this video where we talk about all things skin, health, hormonal imbalance, acne, and how to kind of deal with that. I'm going to be sharing some of my personal struggles and the things that I have learned around and through my acne journey. I am still in that journey and still working through it. And so these are the things that have helped me, because my skin has definitely transformed from what it looked like about 2 years ago. So let's get into this video. Before we do that, I need you guys to like the video. I'm gonna wait right now. It takes like 3 seconds, so thank you. And now subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. For those of you who have kind of been here for a while and have seen my skin through different phases, you will have known that my skin really shifts all the time. Sometimes it's super clear, sometimes it's covered with acne or just cystic bumps. Like, my skin is super inconsistent. Right now I am wearing concealer and a bit of powdered foundation, and so it kind of smooths over the hyperpigmentation that I have and the kind of texture that you can sort of see. I want to talk about the things that I have been doing, because about 2 years ago, I started breaking out really bad in my jaw and cheek area. And I had never, like, when I tell you I have never had acne in the cheek area, I've always had it in the forehead and kind of the chin, but never in this cheek area. And so when I started to really break out, I was completely shocked and I didn't know what was causing it. At first, I thought it was just a change that my body was going through and that it would phase out, but it persisted for months. Like, to this day, I'm still clearing it up. Really, what I did was help stop the breakouts and then focus on the texture of my skin and the hyperpigmentation. But the first thing that I want to talk about is diet. I have been watching so many health podcasts, learning all that I can about acne, about hormonal imbalances, what could be causing this, and trying to shift my lifestyle and diet. And so when I first started dealing with this, I went to an acupuncturist. I went to a traditional Chinese medicine person that specializes in acupuncture. And the first thing that they told me was that I needed to have a green juice every single morning. So this was about 2 years ago when my skin was highly inflamed and it was just the start of the breakouts. And so I started to do that. I started to juice a whole bunch of green veggies. And so my juice consists of, and I still do this today, kale, spinach, carrot, orange, apple, cucumber, and celery. And so either I juice it or I go to like a local juicer to get a big jug, which is what I did this week. And that jug will last me about like a week and a half. And I just have a cup every morning. And what that does is kind of give my body all the nutrients that I need. It's kind of like taking a vitamin supplement, but you're drinking the juice. Now, for someone that eats a lot of veggies and has a very diverse diet, maybe you don't need to juice. For my specific body and the things that it was craving was green, fresh juice with nutrient rich, vitamin rich. And that helped me in so many ways. Not only did it like help with the inflammation and the amount of breakouts I was getting, but it also helped my cramps. It helped my period menstrual cramps tremendously. I used to be the type of person that would have to take painkillers every single month for the first day of my cycle because the pain was just insanely unbearable and I couldn't deal with it. But since I have been juicing, which was I started about 2 years ago, I have not taken any type of pain medication for my cycle. Like, there's still some uncomfortableness and there's like, I could tell that I'm menstruating, but I'm not in pain and I'm not like needing to take something to relieve that pain. It's just a sort of uncomfortableness, not pain, but you know that your body's going through something right now and it's uncomfortable, but nothing to the point where it was, and I had to take painkillers. So that was something that I thought was amazing. I was like, wow, for so many years I was taking painkillers, and I'm not against medicine or anything like that, but I would always rather take the natural route. And so I found it so amazing that I could regulate my hormones potentially, or just like give my body what it needed through vegetables and through a natural route. And so that is something that has stuck with me and that has helped my skin tremendously. So juicing in the morning time regularly. The other thing I want to mention about diet is sugar. I know for me, sugar adds to my acne and breakouts and overall state of my skin. When I am eating a diet that is high in sugar, processed foods, my skin automatically breaks out. Now, the thing that I learned that I found was so interesting was that sugar doesn't always mean sweets. Sugar doesn't always mean, a dessert that you're having. If you are having a diet that is high in carbohydrates, meaning you are eating loads and loads and loads of carbs, or most of your diet is carbs, that is going to spike your blood sugar as if you were having desserts and cakes and sweets. And so really what contributes to your acne is that spike in your blood sugar, that spike and fall in your blood sugar. That is what leads to a hormonal imbalance, and that is what leads to you breaking out. And so for me, a common thing that I would have for breakfast would be a bowl of oatmeal. And I always noticed that when I'd have a bowl of oatmeal with some fruits on the side or maybe some yogurt, I would feel lightheaded. I'd get a headache right after, and evidently I would break out, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong here? I feel like I'm eating a healthy breakfast. There's berries, there's carbs, there's no gluten sometimes. Like, this is healthy. This is what I'm supposed to be eating. Why do I feel like this? And why am I breaking out? Until I realized that the effect that it had on my blood sugar was causing me to have this headache, was causing me to have this brain fog, and also change my hormones that led to a breakout, cystic acne, inflammation in the skin. And so what I have now kind of am moving towards is starting my day off with a fatty breakfast, a protein-rich breakfast, and a breakfast that is low in carbohydrates. And when I say low in carbohydrates, doesn't mean that you have to cut out carbs completely. Like, I still have carbs. I still need carbs to feel full, to feel energized. It's just that I balance it out with a protein or with something that is fatty, like an avocado toast. Avocados are rich in fats and omega fatty acids. And so that balance with a slice of toast is good. And add an egg on top of that, you've got some protein. It's an excellent breakfast. And so that is what I've been trying to start my day with. And I noticed that I stay full for a longer period of time. I'm not constantly snacking. My brain is a lot clearer. I'm able to think clearly. And my skin is so much glowier and has a better texture to it. I'm not constantly in this state of inflammation. The other day I had tofu and rice and veggies for dinner, and then I saved the leftovers for my breakfast. So I think that's a great option. If you have leftovers for dinner, use that as your breakfast. Breakfast doesn't need to be like a muffin or just a slice of toast or a fruit smoothie with, milk that's filled with carbs and sugars. You can just use your leftover dinner as a breakfast, or fry an egg with toast, something simple like that. So that is what I have been doing for my diet, and I found that it helps in so many ways, not only my skin, but also I feel like my mental health. Like, I'm a lot more clear-minded. I don't have that brain fog or that headache. My mood is usually better when I have a good and sustainable breakfast that carries me all the way towards like early, late afternoon sometimes. And so take some time to think about the foods that you're starting your day with, and you want to make sure it's filled with fats and proteins and a little bit of carbs as well. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, the last thing that I incorporated into my skin routine, or kind of to help clear my acne, was using a retinol. Now, I know we've all heard about retinols because it's super popular in the skincare community and in the aging and beauty community. It's something that people use for aging, for acne, for any type of skin pigmentation. And I started using this I started in June this year. So it's been about 6 months or so, and I can honestly say that it was the best thing I ever did. I was so hesitant to use retinol because, like I mentioned before, I like to go the natural route. I was afraid that I was going to start this new thing that, sounded like a fad, like, okay, retinol, like it's going to clear my skin, but at some point it's going to stop working. That was kind of the idea I had in my head. At some point it's going to stop working and I'm going to have to start from ground zero again. And I don't want to have to go through the cycle. I want to go the natural route and kind of just deal with the acne from within. That was kind of my mindset, but when you have been struggling with acne for a long time and you have hyperpigmentation all over, it's really tough to kind of just let that naturally heal. It can take months, years for hyperpigmentation to heal and to lift those scars. And so I decided I was going to give the retinol a try, and I'm so happy that I did it, man. It has... Basically, what retinol does is it speeds up the healing process of the skin. It speeds up the cell regeneration process. And so your skin is turning over a lot faster. Those scars are lifting up a lot faster. The acne is clearing up a lot faster than it normally would without the retinol. And so basically, if you are targeting the source of the acne, which I am with my diet and juicing, and actually getting to the root of what is causing your acne, then I think it's completely fine. And what I thought for myself was that it was completely fine to just help my skin heal a little bit faster. And so you can see my skin is so much more clear. Like, I don't have as many scars. I don't have this shadow towards my chin that I did before because it was just covered with acne scars. The texture has improved. That's one thing about retinol, is it literally just smooths over your skin. It helps clear everything out. And yeah, I haven't really had any side effects with retinol. This is something that you can get over the counter, like some products with a percentage of retinol. The one that I'm using right now is 0.6% retinol, but you can get lower and you can get higher. And then there's also some retinols that are prescribed by a dermatologist that are a higher dose. And so usually what you're told to do is start off at a lower dose and then gradually work your way up. So I started off with 0.6% retinol, and I started by using it every night. Right now I'm titrating off of that, and so I'm using it every other night, and then I plan to use it every 2 nights, every 3 nights, to the point where I can just put it on as a spot treatment whenever I need it. So that's my goal. Probably by the end of the year I'll get to that point, but right now I'm using it every other night. But yeah, I would 100% recommend a retinol. The one that I use is from Medic 8. It is on the pricier side. I think mine was about $101 US dollars. But I've had it since June. It's not even, maybe it's like halfway finished now, but doesn't even seem like it's going to be finished anytime soon. So it really does last you a long time. But I'm sure that there's other brands that you could use as well. If I can think of some, I'll put them here. But yeah, that is pretty much what I've been using for my skin. I use a very, very simple cleanser. Right now I'm using this organic cleanser from actually my brand, my family's brand, Serenity Body Shop. It's a simple cleanser that doesn't have any fragrance, doesn't have any additives. It's completely organic. And I just use that to gently wash my face in the morning and night. And I also use it to remove my makeup. And then I put on a moisturizing cream that's also from Serenity Body Shop. And it's super organic, super clean. I love it because it doesn't irritate the skin. And it feels as if, it doesn't feel like I'm putting on anything. It just feels like I'm restoring what already existed in my skin, if that makes sense. And so I just use the cleanser, the moisturizer, and then that's it for the daytime. At night, I put the retinol. But yeah, those are my 3 things that I have done to clear up my skin within this year. And I've noticed tremendous improvements. My skin is definitely not where I hope for it to be and not where I want it to stay. There's definitely like more things that need to be done to like get it to where I'm completely happy. But this is where I am right now. And I hope that this was helpful for anyone struggling with acne. I want to remind you that like acne is just acne. It doesn't change who you are. And I used to hear that and be like, oh, okay, but like I want it gone, And I just want to remind you, I don't want to be that annoying person, but I just want to remind you that like acne is just acne and your beauty still exists within and underneath that acne, if that makes sense. Like acne doesn't change your face. Acne doesn't change your beauty. You could still be beautiful with acne. And I'm not saying that as like, just accept the acne and don't do anything about it. No, do the things that you need to do to clear the acne, because I get it. You want to feel glowy. You want to feel confident. But know that while you're in the process of that, it doesn't take away from your beauty. You're still shining. You're still glowing. Like it's just a process and you're going to get to the other side of it. So just be patient and be kind to yourself through that process. So I hope that was helpful for anyone struggling. I'll definitely link all the products below, the products that I've been using, the products to Serenity Body Shop, which is also my family's business. So if you'd like to support that, definitely check out our website, and maybe I'll put a discount code for you guys so that you can get a little discount on it. But yeah, we ship worldwide, and that's everything. I'm rambling. I always do this. Okay, the end of the video right now. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know if you like this type of video, and I'll see you guys next time. I want to thank you again so much for being here. I love you. Also one more thing. Last thing. I released a new newsletter for November, and so if you haven't already subscribed to my Substack, you need to do that. Like, hello, subscribe to my Substack and get weekly or monthly sometimes newsletters. This week I published a story called The Cry That Changed Everything, and honestly it was very exposing. I told a story that was very dear to my heart, and I also recorded it for you guys so you can listen to the audio, sort of like an audiobook. And you could download it on podcast streaming platforms and literally listen to it as a podcast. So go do that and leave a comment and tell me if you came from this YouTube video. Like, comment that so I know. There's also a new chat board on my Substack. So we've been engaging in like group chats. So subscribe so you have access to that. Okay. I've been putting like journal prompts and questions to open up discussion. So if you're interested in that, go check it out as well. And yes, that's it. I'm zipping it up and throwing away the key. I will see you guys next time. Peace and love, and bye for now.